Hi again, everyone. This is Dave Hare, and we have been doing a series of videos talking about how we translate the Bible here in Cameroon, Africa. And I have with me one of our Bible translators, and he's going to explain to you the second step of drafting. So in drafting, the first thing we have to do is understand the text, because you can't translate something you don't understand. But after we've understood the text, then we actually have to start translating it to produce the first draft. So I'm going to ask him to introduce himself, and then he's going to tell us a little bit about what we do. So my name is NDOZENG Patrice. Et shensha ke bokushen tatel pimle. When we start translating the Bible, first we have to listen. We have to listen. Then we listen, then we talk about what we listened to. And then we start to translate orally what we've understood. When we finish talking about that, so each person has to try to retell the story that we've studied, and then we record one person telling the story. Once we have recorded one person, then we take another person, and we record everyone's voice. We record everyone retelling the story. If there was something that was wrong about what we translated, so our very first draft is oral. We record it and we listen to it as a group, and then we go through little by little and listen to each part to make sure that we haven't missed anything. And then once we have a version of the story that we feel is good, we write it down. And when we finish writing it down, and then we put it in the computer, we type it up. And then we go through and we check it again to make sure we haven't missed anything. So we go through and we check all of the spellings of the words to make sure we use the correct letters, especially the letters that we don't have in French. We have to make sure that we haven't used the wrong letter. And then they give me all of their edits. And so we correct everything in the computer. And that's pretty much the process of drafting. So that process we actually just got done with yesterday for the beginning of the story of Joseph. We translated the story of Joseph from when he was young and having dreams all the way until he'd been sold into slavery. And one of the big takeaways you can have from what we're doing here is that we are doing what's called oral drafting. That means our very first draft that we're producing is actually oral. We just record it and listen to it. And the goal with that is to produce a natural text. And what we've heard is that when you start with a written text and you write something down, you end up having something that is usually very accurate, but is very unnatural. And so what we've done is, instead of starting with something unnatural and trying to make it natural, we're starting with something oral so it can be natural, and then we're going back and making sure it's faithful afterwards. And most of the faithfulness, the job of faithfulness, is going to be with our testers, which is going to be the next video that we do describing how we test the translation. But for now, this has been an exploration of how we do the first draft of each story that we're doing as we're translating the Bible. Thank you, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.